I'm sorry, what is this? Vaush is slacking lately when it comes to checking his sources. What is this? Make peace with your God. This is what I showed earlier. Make peace with your God and loved ones. Oklahoma has 270 hours to prepare. Hashtag happening. I'm gonna be so for real. This shit stay contained big time. This is a joke, y'all. The GFS sucks, especially 270 hours out. Wait. This person is not the only person who posted this. We're talking about GFS data. Just because this guy doesn't believe in the viability of the data doesn't mean that I showed this on stream. Like, just because he disbelieves in the GFS data doesn't mean that I acknowledge this. I said this. I said this kind of specific data or weather data is usually inaccurate this far out, so you should take this instead as a warning that there is a predicted like obscene heat or abnormality this far out. Vaush is slacking lately when it comes to checking sources. What's always with the fucking combativeness? I said, you know what? No. I'm removing this post. I'm being petulant. You know why? Because I literally said this in the segment. Don't you take this fucking Debatelord, he didn't check his sources, blah, 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 when I literally, in that bit, was like, this data shouldn't be counted on as specifically accurate. It's more an indicator of great, like a great warning. It has to be bait. No, people are just so combative. I made the mistake of blindly reposting in a community I am in and what Vaush retweeted. Well, it turns out the person who created the chart themselves admitted to it being wildly inaccurate. It was only a joke post. They didn't create the chart. They're pulling from future DSF data. GSF data. GFS data. They didn't create the chart. I mean, maybe it does happen to be close to 120, but that doesn't change. Vaush dramatically reported on this without ever mentioning those two later edits. I literally said what he said in the... I'm not banning. I'm removing it now so that there aren't a million replies to this going, I didn't watch this segment, but I agree with you. That was irresponsible of him. Fuck you. It's like, come what? Genuinely, the combative tone is always what gets me. I feel like it's like they're supposed to be my fans, but when they have like a concern or a complaint or something, they fucking like they engage as though they've caught me, which is like, aren't we supposed to be like? It's very condescending, which is like, I have a right to be peevish about that. Same people who defended Callaghan the other week in the Reddit. I don't know why Vaush claimed it wasn't happening. It's because of the tone of the post. It's because that post on Andrew Callaghan was like, you can never say, hey, here's my opinion, I have a problem with this. That Andrew Callaghan post was like, all caps, the rape problem in Vaush's community. In this post, I will. And you're talking about literally like a couple of dozen anecdotes from like the broadness with which you speak, the post, if you're doing like a call out post, you need to have like a real fucking point to make. And the severity of the call out has to be matched by the severity of the problem. And I really do feel like my community is by and large pretty good about this. I don't like the overstatement of there being a problem because it feels kind of like, I don't know, bad. If like, I'm almost positive my community is on average better than like every other community. It's a pretty progressive community, man. And then it's like, oh, I saw a couple fleeting messages in the live stream chat. Let's do a call out post. You know what I mean? Is like that approach, you have to like dial it the fuck down. Why not just post like, hey, reminder to everyone how bad this was? You don't have to do the gigantic like, let's have a community discourse, da-di-da, you know? The way in which you talk about a problem is important. See, this is what I mean. Vaush's community is generally guilty of nearly all the things other leftists claim to hate Vaush for. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you all so negative? That's crazy. It's not ironic misogyny, just misogyny. I'm a woman. I wrote a post here a few weeks ago about the accusations against Callaghan. I got dogpiled by Vaush in his chat on stream. Oh my fucking god. For one, don't you fucking headpull me. You being a woman has nothing to do with it. I don't know your fucking gender from your Reddit handle or whatever. And for two, I disagreed with and continue to disagree with the way you expressed your opinion. It's not an argument against the underlying sentiment. I think I've been proven right. No, a handful of people getting yelled at in my chat does not prove that this community is like a rape apologist community. That's really fucked up to say. I'm sorry. Like, come on. There are so many men on the left who don't give a shit about women being raped or women's issues broadly. Yeah, but like, that's true. And I agree that that's an issue. It's like intersectionality, you know? being a leftist doesn't mean that you have good opinions on like misogyny or whatever. But like, I think that's misrepresentative. I think that's like an inaccurate broad brush to paint the community with. And I am going to defend my community to the extent that I think is warranted. I really do not think the, what did that poll just say? The poll with Plattner, I'd probably like 99% of my community is 98%. Yeah, I'm not even, so what? The remaining 2% is noise. I'm not going to pretend that that's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it can never be a minor problem. It always has to be the call out. It's never, hey, just as a reminder, do this, or hey, let's retread this ground, or hey, this. It's always like, this is the Vaush community problem. And everything has to be elevated with the language of like social media discourse and blah-de-blah. That's why. And that's why I just deleted that goddamn post. And I'm going to do it again, too. But I'm not going to delete this one because, like, you know, it's important to get the sentiment. But shouldn't this post mostly be about the importance of believing victims and stuff, and not like a takedown of the community or whatever? Like, you're the community. Oh, whatever. Or are we going to like loosen up the posting rules on the Reddit? Pitch the field a little bit? I feel like to an extent, the problem with having it be like super vetted is that it makes everyone want to do these like call out posts. Like that's the only thing they feel worth. Why no one ever posts, hey, I enjoyed the stream today. Hey, here's more info on a segment from today. Oh, here's some stuff on the HS2. Here's like a snippet from that book that was written. It's always discourse. Everyone wants discourse. It doesn't even have to be, hey, I liked the stream today. It's just like supplemental information. Like you watch the stream and then you go into the subreddit and it's like, oh, here are people talking about the stream that just happened. Not fucking everything is like an argument with me. I do actually think the Reddit's gotten better in general. I don't know where the line is between disagreeing with something you say and being outright contrarian. I feel like I've made it pretty clear. Like it's literally not even like about the disagreement. It's the fucking Debatelord contrarianism where every disagreement has to be framed in this gigantic, like that the person whose post I just deleted, wisely, bravely, by the way, literally like for one was accusing me of not checking my sources for omitting information that I explicitly and repeatedly referenced in the segment. So for one, it's just flatly inaccurate. But not satisfied merely with being wrong, that poster was insistent on framing it as like a broad structural failing in my ability to vet sources, as opposed to clearly a listening problem on their end. That's what I mean. Like, it can't just be, hey, isn't this what they could have said, assuming they have like bananas in their ears and they can't listen, what they could have said was, hey, I saw this post and they're saying that the GFS data isn't accurate this far out. And then so is this information useful? And then somebody in the replies would say, oh, Vaush addressed that. And then the OP would say, oh, gotcha. I just didn't hear that. But instead, their initial framing was, let's have a conversation about how Vaush refuses to check his sources. The concluder's at it again. Like, fucking listen before you speak, dog. Holy shit. Okay, sorry. I'm calming down now. It's been a very stressful stream. You know that, right? I'm affected by the news, too. I'm not unflappable. I'm not made of iron. I have, I have feelings. Not trying to be contrarian, but you didn't mention the guy posted it as a joke. That's because it's irrelevant. They were pulling GFS data. The reason that individual posted it is irrelevant to me. Whether or not he thinks it's a joke, it doesn't mean anything. He didn't construct the chart. He didn't make the chart as a joke. He was just posting GFS data. I said that the GFS data is not necessarily indicative or reliable for the reasons that he said it was a joke. I addressed and supplied the reason he said it was a joke. Anyway. Also, I want to add on to my earlier antagonism by saying that even if that chart was created as a joke, not posted, but created as a joke, and I failed to mention that or the supplying information, it's still fucking cunt behavior to post that and be like, Vaush needs to get better at checking his sources. You don't talk like that in person to other people. Don't fucking talk like that to or about me. I did mention it, so you're just wrong, but even if you were right, that's still like asshole behavior. I don't think I should have to like if you're just being an asshole, like of course I'm gonna be annoyed with you. You can literally just say, like, he was wrong. Like, that's fine. You can just do that. I wasn't wrong, but you can do that. We shouldn't have to frame our criticisms of your bad behavior through the lens of civility. Actually, yeah, you should. You want to take the whiny bitch behavior, you do it in another subreddit. The whole point of communicating is to affect people's beliefs and opinions through your vocalizations. If you're doing a bad job of that because you're more insistent on framing everything through the lens of fucking Debatelord contrarianism, then you're doing a bad job communicating.